Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, at least respond, guys, so that I can conclude that whether I'm audible or not, my screen is visible or not. Okay, fine. So this is one way, right? So whatever the inner HTML we are using, the get element by ID, so by using the inner HTML. And one more thing, in the same, so without using inner HTML, one more thing. So document dot write. Okay, document dot write is also a method. Okay, just instead of this whatever the get element by ID and all those things I am using, so I'm just removing this entire thing. I'm just using the document dot get element by ID. I'm removing that and simply I am using document dot write. Okay, so rather giving this document dot write, document dot write. So now the same text whatever I have printed, simply, okay, so welcome to JavaScript. Okay, just I have added this one inside the body. Just saving this one. Okay, same thing, it was added, right? Welcome to JavaScript. But what happened here? Instead of taking that element IDs, so just I am printing one write method. So write method will used. This is also with respect to document only. Inside the document we have write method. That write method will write the thing whatever this control string is there. So this we can call it as a control string. Inside the codes, double quotes or single quotes, we can use anything. So inside the thing whatever we have, so that will be printed accordingly. So in the browser, so directly in the browser only it will be printing. Okay, so now I have added the normal text and I have added the string and I have added the logic. Okay, same. So in the previous case how we are going to display, so in that way only I'm just adding this. Okay, see, so but document dot write will be so displaying side by side. Okay, whatever the document dot write, so it will be in a line, it will be coming. If you want, you can add the breaks as well. So break should be added in different manner, whatever the HTML break we are going to use. That if even simply if you are using the break here, sorry, okay, simply if you are using the break here, so break tags, it's related to HTML. Okay, so you will get some error because it's not related to which one. So it is not related to JavaScript, it's related to HTML. Okay, how the HTML breaks will be applied, so inside that will see a bit later. Now so just remember whatever the document dot write method is there, that will write the content or logic or data whatever there inside that write method, that will be printing on the browser. Okay, that will be printing on the browser. So in a line, side by side only, it will not give any new line. Okay, so if simply, so if you write, yeah, could you please mute yourself, somebody? Okay, so write line, so there is no some print line, something like some methods are there, so there is no such methods in the JavaScript. So in Java we can avoid, so but here simply it will comes in a single line. Okay, I will tell you how to break this in a new line, so that will help. And especially this document dot write method will used only for testing purpose. Okay, whether that should be writing or not, for testing our application, for testing our program, we are simply using, so wherever it's required we are writing document.write. So there it will be checking, suppose if you want to add if you want to print some data, so the data should be printed or not. So here the document.write is working in this particular area or not, that should be added here. Okay, so just for testing purpose we are using the document.write. Okay, so now in another case we have something like alert. Okay, so alert is nothing but whenever we are using this browser, in that browser automatically one alert will be coming. So in that alert whatever small amount of text we are going to add, so that will be added. Okay, so the small amount of text, so whatever the window we are using for that alert, simply I'm removing this one. So this is document.write, so an alert. Okay, alert can be written directly, so like this. Okay, alert, so whatever the text we have, so welcome to JavaScript. Okay, I'm simply added, so rather just simply add one window. Okay, sorry, window dot alert. Okay, so whatever the variables, whatever the methods we are going to take inside a HTML document, so this document entire we can call it as a window. Okay, entire we can call it as a window. See, so if you can refresh by saving this file, okay, there should be one alert. So that alert is popping over on the browser. So this we can call it as an entire window, no? So this is a window, you guys know. Okay, this is a window. In the window, so the alert box is coming. Okay, so each and everything will be having window scope only. So now if you can remove this window, will also work. If you can remove this window, will also works this pop-up. Okay, it's coming a bit late. Okay, I'm just refreshing. Even though if you are removing that window also, it will be coming. So just for alerting. So if you want to add some small amount of data to get some pop-up like alert messages in the script, in the HTML document for that window, we can add by using the alert. Even for the calculation also, whatever we have applied as previous things, so that will be applied here. 5 plus 5, so that should be printed 10, but that 10 should be so giving as an alert here. Okay, like this it's coming. But so don't try to add so much of content in this because the space is very less. So in that, whatever the accommodated space, accommodated text, you have to add the text only. Okay, right. So that is a windows.alert. And main, and one more thing, so windows.alert only we are not going to use frequently. This windows.alert and document.write we are not regularly using. So if you want, you can use the get element by id inner HTML you can use. And also for debugging purpose, we are mainly using console, debug consoles we are using. So console is nothing but what? Console.log. Here we are logging some information. So logging in the sense just taking that. So whenever a developer wants to debug an application, if you want to add some console is nothing but whatever the output console we are getting. So monitor whatever the console we are getting as an output, not in the browser. Okay, directly it will not coming in the window. So whatever the console we have, in that console we will get the log. So okay, when a developer wants to debugging, when the debugging is required means when if an application is working properly or not, if you want to check, so while executing, so instead of executing all each and every line of code, so wherever it's required at that place, whether it's executed, this method is called or not, there you can add the console log. Whether that application, whether that line of code is executed, the data is fetched or not, that we can go with the console log. So mostly while developing, so these outputting elements, the printing statements are not mandatory. Whenever if you want to add the console logs for debugging purpose, you can make use of the console log. Okay, but how this should be displayed? Okay, so see here in the same whatever the alert I have added here, so console dot log I'm using here. So console dot log, so simply I'm also giving on welcome to JavaScript. Okay, see, so if I execute this one, whether this will be printing or not, so nothing will be displayed on the browser. So if you can open this by inspecting, right click and inspect, so there you will get, so like this, so you will get one console here. Okay, if you click on that, so you get to know, so what is the output, what is the debug log we have added here. Okay, so here if you press this one, it will clear the console. Okay, if you press this one, it will clear the console. Now I'm just refreshing the browser, that will call the console log, the log should be displayed. And the right side script document.html line number 12, it will be displaying. Okay, so line number 12, so where it is, see here, this is the line number 12. So that breakpoint I have added, so this is what the debug console we have added, that will be executed. Okay, so we will see, so how to add the debug logs and how to debug the application. So in later classes, while doing our application development by using the Angular, so we are frequently debugging the application, whether the payload is coming from the backend or not, sorry, whether the response is coming from the backend or not, which HTTP protocol is called, and so what is the payload we are sending to the backend, and what is the response is coming from the backend, so by using some HTTP method. So these things, what is the network preview tabs, what are the networks it will call, so those things will be, so we'll get to know, so by using these elements, consoles, and whatever this, there are network tabs, something like so many tabs are available in this console kind of thing. So that we will see, so when we are doing the application development. But as of now, just assume that there are different ways to print the data by using JavaScript methods. Okay, so in the browser, in the HTML page, there are different ways to print the data. So what is one is inner HTML, get element by ID. So dot inner HTML. So here the element ID, whatever the element data we are going to print, that element ID we are taking in the inner HTML. Document dot write. So it's just for testing purpose we are taking this document dot write. So will be used to print that. Actually, so it is not suggestible. Document dot write should not be used so frequently, because after loading entire HTML page, if you are using document.write, it will overwrite the all properties of HTML. Okay, so overwriting in the sense of previous properties, whatever we have, it will be losses, and only the text, whatever the document write will be applicable, that will be written. Okay, so now another thing is, so window dot alert. Okay, window dot alert. So it is also just to get the alert box pop-up, alert pop-up in the browser, so we can use that. Window in the sense, this is a entire window, what is a browser window we have, so that window, inside that window, so it will coming, so along with the window one alert will be pop up. Even though if you are ignoring this one, that will also works fine. Okay, console.log will be used for debugging purpose. Okay, see, whenever I am using this reference operator, so we can call it as a dot, no, so this document containing a method write. Okay, that functionality should be used to return the data on the browser. The window object, this is an object, this is an object. Window object is having an alert message, we are calling that alert message. So alert method, that method should be so giving some alert on the window, whatever the window HTML window we have. Console is also with respect to this console. See, so this is a console, no, so here in the browser it's giving an text or whatever we have added the logic, that will be displayed here. Mostly we are using console, otherwise we will directly use the VS Code, whatever the Node.js compilers we have, that we can use. Mostly we are using the console to test the JavaScript applications. Okay, that is the best way and the best practices we are going to follow now. Okay, so that's what the thing actually. So these are the four ways, and also we have some print method also, that actually JavaScript doesn't contain any print method, println methods. These are all the things, so which will be used for printing by connecting with external printers, by connecting external printable methods. It won't be used and it won't be helped us. Okay, so these are the main four ways to print the data on the browser by using JavaScript. Okay, right, so this is what, so various possible ways to print the data. Okay, so now, so coming to the placing of the data. Okay, so placing of the script tag, so where should we keep the script tag? Okay, so even in the previous classes, if we want to add style, so directly we can add that inside the text, sorry, inside the head. Okay, style. Okay, here we are adding the styles. Rather than that, if you want to add for inline styling, sorry, for inline styling, so here only inside the tag only we are using, so the script, the style, whatever the style we have, the style attribute we are using. Otherwise we have another option too, so that option external style sheet. Okay, so like that, here also to add the script, there are three possible ways. Okay, so there are three possible ways. These three possible ways so should be like whatever we have used already, that is a script tag inside the body tag. Internet connection is unstable. Okay, the script tag inside the body tag. Okay, inside the body tag I'm using the script tag. Okay, so now inside the head also you can use the script. Okay, inside the head also you can use the script, but here you have to specify, you have to link the type. Okay, script type. So even for styles also we have to specify the script, but it's not happen even if you are not giving the type script, whatever the text or script, so that will be works. Here if you want to specify the script tag inside the head tag, you have to specify like this. So whatever the type, text slash JavaScript. Anyhow we are using JavaScript only for the script, so just I'm added here. Okay, now just I'm taking one document dot print. Okay, document dot print. Yeah, so that's printing fine. Okay, sample message. Okay, even though if you are not giving the type, so that will be accepting fine. So if you want to give, so even for styles also, type, style, whatever we have to use, that will be used here. Okay, now type is script, type is type or script or JavaScript, you can specify. Okay, JavaScript, see, so it will be reflecting. So same thing will be, you can use header tag, inside header tag you can use inside body tag, or else if you want you can put it in the other file, separate external file as well. So in the other file, how you are going to give, so just simply give one new file here. So whatever the script we are going to add, that script you can specify, just remove here. Okay, so just remove here. So whatever the data you want to add, so even if you are removing that script tag also, it will be acceptable. So now whatever the data, whatever the file I'm going to save, sample.js, because if it is a CSS file, I have to add the .css as an extension. Now it's a pure external JS file, JavaScript file. Just simply I'm saving with the .js as a file name. Okay, sample.js. See, if you can observe, styles are coming in this way, and HTML documents are displaying in the VS Code like this, and JavaScript code will be, so JavaScript files will be displaying like this. Okay, so if you want you can put any of the ways. So but whereas if you want to use the JavaScript, so file externally, so that is the better way. So at the time what you have to do, so you have to link that. Okay, so now I'm just removing script tag as well. Okay, script tag also I have removed, only because already it's a JavaScript document, because by giving the extension it is sticking as a JavaScript file. So now I have saved this one, so nothing is there, just I'm giving, I'm printing, so nothing will be displayed. Now inside that, if I want to add the external, if you want to link that external JavaScript file to current HTML document, here I have to use script. Okay, so in that script here you need to specify which type of script you are adding. Text / JavaScript I am adding. Okay, so thereafter, okay, now if you want to link the CSS, link some src relation we are giving, no, so in that manner only, style sheet, whatever the style sheet source, here src is another attribute, so which will provides that JavaScript file path. Okay, file path means already I have given this file inside the same folder. That's why I'm not using any path like / something, like I'm not using anything. Okay, so now, so if I link like this source, so from where the JavaScript file is linked here. Okay, so what is the type of this script? So text or JavaScript type I'm added here. Okay, so now if I display that one, same thing will be applied. Okay, so like this, if you want to apply external JavaScript files, you have to specify here in the head part, you can type that script. So wherever, so if you want to link that file, external JavaScript file, the type of that script, JavaScript type, and whatever the source of that script file where it resides, so that path you have to specify here. Okay, so like this you can put in various ways, like in 3 places we can put. Which way is the better, so that I will let you know. So but here inside the body you can place, inside the head you can place, inside the external file you can place. So while using this external files, there are some advantages and some disadvantages as well. So advantages are, if you want to change the styles, no need of changing any HTML document, just simply, so by going to the JavaScript file, you can do the changes, you can add some modifications directly, so you will get reflected in the HTML file. Okay, so you can add directly. And now if I want to add this JavaScript file, so in the HTML, so you have to specify like this within header tag, that should be fine, better way of putting the script tags or style tags inside the head part. Okay, here we are linking, no. So now some disadvantages are also there. Suppose if there are multiple number of JavaScript files are there, one is depending on other one, so at the time one file is corrupted, so then automatically it may have get reflected. One file is corrupted, automatically dependent file is also should be corrupted. So in that case, and something like attacks will be happened. So by taking this URL, the hacker will only take this URL of JavaScript, that may leads to modifications, and that will reflect entire application HTML document, whatever we have used, that will be reflected. Okay, forget about that usages and so drawbacks and advantages and disadvantages. Simply just processes like this, you can add that. Okay, so these are all the possible ways to put the JavaScript file inside an HTML document and outside the HTML document, and various way to put the output statements in the JavaScript HTML file by using the JavaScript statements. These are all the ways. Okay, so this is what exactly the some basic introduction about the JavaScript. Okay, so in regular, I will tell you. So by using this terminal, VS Code terminal, here itself I am compiling. So each and every day I'm not touching even HTML file after 1 or 2 classes. Directly I'm using the JavaScript file. I'm compiling the JavaScript file. I'm executing the outputs, because it should be a programming language that we will learn. So like programming language only. Okay, how the compiler will work, how the execution will happen, in that manner only we will see. So by using this VS Code itself. Okay, right. So that's all for today's class.